time for the Suffering Podcast. And when I know you're losing, I know you lose control.
We all tap out. What you bring back to the mat the next time from that tap out is the greatest lesson.
We don't learn anything from being the best amongst the worst. We learn something from being the worst amongst the best.
There's always going to be somebody better than you, right?
Time to go to work.
What did you take from that experience?
You know, did anybody ever try to test you?
I remember I got beat up at 5 years old, and then my parents weren't happy with it. I went back and I went upstairs crying, and my mother hit me again. She's like, you go back down there and you do it again. I was like, wow. You know, I come from a family of boxers. We were poor. We weren't affluent. We weren't middle class. We were poor. I should have been a boxer. That was what the aspiration from my father's side. That's what they wanted me to do. And I grew up with the drunken uncle, the drunken this, the drunken that, and I didn't like what I saw. And, you know, there was a lot of domestic violence in my family. So, and a lot of that was attributed to alcohol. You know, I'm prepared to get hit.
So do you remember the first time you were hit? Like really hit?
I don't want to sound egotistical, but I used to thrive on it. I used to enjoy it. It's like if you hit me, it just made me want to hit you more. it just kind of turned on the what I call the killer instinct, and because you can't hide yourself in martial arts training. The mat tells you who you are, so to speak. But there was no boxing gyms in Hoboken, you know, to address 5-year-old kids. But there was the local karate school, so that's where I started, and that's how it all began. I got a little older, 9, 10 years old, when I really started to say, wow, I can actually do something here. This is kind of cool.
The work doesn't happen when the lights go on and the referee blows the whistle. The work happens in the dark. The work happens when nobody's looking.
People have to have stress-inoculated training. You don't have to act tough, you just have to be tough, but you can learn, obviously, the ways of the warrior. Right? My mother always wanted me to be an attorney. You know, I was doing my internship, and then one day I decided to do an internship with the University Police Department. And the first call that we went to was a rape in progress. What I felt, what I saw, what was going on, I knew where my calling was. At this training, that I felt like I had an advantage over the average person, and I wanted to kind of plug in that training to help somebody. But when you face combat, you're looking at combat where somebody's trying to shoot you, somebody's trying to kill you, somebody's trying to throw you off a roof. It's different. And there is no honor in that. There's preparation, and then there's a mindset. And I see a sergeant there struggling with this guy. I participated.
You never know who you're sitting across from.
Are you gonna fight, or are you gonna make a catastrophic decision that's gonna end your life?